Welcome everybody to this week's recipe. We're very excited to announce that we are working with Cartwheel Ranch Meats in Jacksonville. They've been raising all natural, USDA certified beef and pork, no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics for over 28 years. We finally got around to getting that onto our program so we can offer it to you, the customers. Okay, so due to regulations, you know, they have to flash freeze the pork, the cut of meat, and that's how it's going to be delivered to you to ensure proper handling. So we have the pork chops available for the next 2 weeks. Okay, right here, that's the size they're going to look like. It's going to come with a date, all that stuff on there, the weight. Nice, beautiful pork chop, nice thick cut is what you'll see. Now, it is frozen, so you need to thaw this in the refrigerator overnight, or you can do a quick thaw in the sink with some running water. It doesn't take that long at all, 5 to 10 minutes on the sink method. But when it does thaw, it's gonna have some water content to it. So what you want to do, take it out of the package, put it on a plate, and sandwich it between paper towels. You might have to do this 2 to 3 times to absorb the moisture. But when you do, what you get is a nice, beautiful, dry pork chop. Now what that means, when you have a nice dry pork chop and not a bunch of water in it, it's not going to steam in the pan when you're trying to get all that beautiful, nice caramelization, all that brown stuff, you know. So dry pork chop means great caramelization and good color on that pork chop when you season it, when you sear it. We're going to do real simple. We got the pork chop. We're going to sear that with some fresh herbs, butter. We're going to baste it, let it rest, and it's going to take about 5 minutes. Really simple, quick. We like to use Montreal steak seasoning. I think it goes great on all cuts of meat. So we just kind of sprinkle some seasoning on there to taste, and just push it in there. Good thing about these cuts as well, you can see it's a nice, even just an inch or above. Nice thick cut. It's going to be beautiful. One cut, one chop is perfect for one person. It's not going to be too much or not enough. Okay, so just get that seasoned and we're ready to sear. Okay, now we're going to sear the pork chops. We got them seasoned. We got some oil in there, nice hot pan. Two pork chops in the pan, olive oil. We're going to let this go about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4. We want a nice caramelized crust, and we kind of want that to be almost halfway cooked from the bottom up, and then we're going to flip, repeat, let it rest, baste it with the butter and the herbs, and it's simple as that. Beautiful. Okay, we've been going a couple minutes now, so we're going to add some fresh herbs. Step back, it's going to pop a little bit. I got some oregano, some fresh rosemary. You can use some thyme. Throw that in there. We're going to throw some butter. Now keep in mind this was on a medium-high heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. First side kind of thing. So we'll let that infuse. We'll flip the pork chop. I just want to pour that butter over the herb infused. Try and get all that flavor around them. Got the herbs on top. Now, if the pork chops are a little thick, like these are, you can put them in the oven. Once you flip them over the first time, you have your oven on about 250, 300 degrees. Just go ahead and throw them in the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes. Pull them up, let them rest, and they're finished. Okay, now to top these beautiful pork chops, we have some fresh Georgia peaches. We're going to make a Georgia peach salsa, which will actually, you know, peaches will be in your bag coming this week. So I got 2 peaches, peeled and diced. In a bowl. About a 1/4 cup red onion, or to taste. We're going to use a little agave nectar. You can use honey. I'm going to use some apple cider vinegar. I'm using the organic apple cider vinegar Bragg's brand, very popular. Just going to give a little bit of that. Touch of lime, fresh lime juice. Half or a whole, depending on how tough your lime is. Some are tougher than the others. Then we got some fresh mint that's going to be in the bag as well. So we're just going to chop that up. Just like that. Very simple salsa. It's going to go great with the pork. Mix that up. And there you have it. What is that? 30-second salsa. So you got your peach. Okay, I pulled the pork out of the oven. I've covered it with tin foil loosely. Let that rest. We're going to let all those juices get back to the muscle fibers, nice relaxed. Be a nice juicy pork chop when you cut into it. About 5 minutes rest on that. Okay, now we like to do, a nice vegetable side with that. And we magically have some onions and zucchini that have been grilled. They're in the oven. So this is a great side to this pork chop dish. I have zucchini and I have the sweet Vidalia onions that I grilled outside. I use a little olive oil, salt, pepper. I like to use what they call, it's a Montreal chicken seasoning. Goes really well on vegetables and onions and all that stuff that you grill. So I use that pretty much on a lot of vegetables. So I have that. I grilled it, let it rest in the oven for a little while. It got nice and tender all the way through with some beautiful char marks. So we have that there. Now it's time to plate. See. That beautiful caramelized amber color of that pork chop is amazing. We're going to take that one out. Right there. Just going to take a little pan sauce right on top. Now I'll take the zucchini, take some onion, kind of stack it for presentation. Get 2 of each. Peach salsa to finish. We're just going to go with it. Great thing about this peach salsa, it's so fresh, so vibrant, so sweet, really contrasts well. Really brightens up this dish. I mean, how can you beat that right there? So there you have it, an all-natural USDA certified pork chop, no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. Locally raised, fresh peach salsa that you'll have peaches in your farm bag next week. This week coming up, the grilled Vidalia onions, and help us support local ranchers like Cartwheel Ranch, and we'll have more items from them in the future as far as steaks and so on. So give this recipe a try. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.